Hey guys, Happy Splasher here. Morning. We are going to be continuing with the world event. Right now we are in chapter 3 and feels pretty good. Some of the things that we need to note right now in terms of what we have 16k sparks. Not enough right now to complete this particular node. Best here is 5,000 times 4, so that makes it 20k. We have this skin that is needed in order to press forward, but we do have it. And then most people are wondering what the chapter 3 skin is. The chapter 3 unit that is required. Pass. In this case, it is Lotrix. We have a level 15 Lotrix right now. Seems like they ran this event before. Not sure what the exact unit names that we have, but yeah, we are pretty much all set. So let's just get right into it. So that we have what we're going to use in terms of our warlord and our pet. And let's go. Mode. All right. So first one here. Beat bosses. Okay. And what their abilities are. It's health to units and attacks. Speed here too. Okay. Forward. Some more damage on the field. And adding more build. Good. Pretty straightforward battle there. Mentioned open legendary chest and event shop times. Shop. Only this chest that is eligible. You can't get the chest from anywhere else, such as League or shops or by purchase. Okay. Okay. Open up this chest here. I've been doing before. Uh, a long time ago, I used to just save the bonus chests because you would need them for the final nodes at the end of this chapter. But I have been seeing lately that as you go up to the level, so when you open the bonus chest at the end, it actually increases the level of cards that you're going to get. So that's why I'm going to be opening this chest as opposed to saving it. Okay, that's good. As said, we need the Lotrix to be level 16, so we need about 100 more copies. We can get any bonus sparks, otherwise we'll have to grind out some more. Okay, great. Well, Lotrix is now at level 16, so as long as we can get to the final node, we should be all set. We're going to have to grind out some sparks, so because of that, I'm going to have to sit back and wait for chapter 3 to be finished. We'll be grinding some sparks out throughout the day. Won't be on the stream right now, but like I said, we'll be. Yeah, okay, thanks a lot, Andre. Yeah, okay. This being the case, we need about 2,500 sparks. We'll get them throughout the day. This will now actually turn into a Dark Tower run. So here. Okay. Well, this was unexpected. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do here in Dark Tower is to make sure that we can control the board. HP of the Warlord doesn't really matter so much until later on when you actually summon this unit for its abilities here. Best thing I can say is that whenever somebody summons a unit in this line, it's going to be frozen for a turn. It's also ranged, has decent stats, and it was slightly better than summoning out mummy, the other mummy over there, which doesn't have protection. Unit for okay. Summon this unit because of the defense stats and just has enough attack in order to one-shot that unit. I summoned this unit over this previous unit that was in that spot. That other unit had better defense, but it would also clog up. It would stop some of our tempo because we would only be able to summon chaos units in order to attack for the turn. Otherwise, we'd be unable to attack. Here. Like I said, making sure that we can get rid of units. It's a pretty good board right now. Some of that unit because it has the multiple spawners here and also has decent defense. And I don't want to summon any other unit. Again, just pushing for damage. Have probably a 2-turn lethal. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the Twitch chat. I will. Okay, I am going to get it set up by the end of this week. I guarantee it. Okay. Yes, you can hold me to that, Lepus. I'll put in some overtime tonight or tomorrow. My schedule is going to be pretty open, so I can get it set up. And yeah, I too want to get it done. All right, we're good here. 110, 69. No other weird things happen. We'll summon one more item just to be sure. All right. Okay. Okay. And as you can see right there, these chests, any chests here in either one of these game modes, whether now it's in Dark Tower and Pit, they will give you sparks. I think it's 25 sparks per chest, regardless of rarity, if not more. So if it is more, you'll be able to see it. Try and do as many battles as we can, and show you more results coming. building. We summon this unit over the other units that were on the board in my inventory in order to create this extra spawn. The ranged unit is being protected by this building, and there was a 50% chance that the spawn would have come up here, allowing us to block the lane and also deal damage. And we summon this unit here in order to deal damage to their units. Also has very good defense and also gives our chaos units an attack boost. Damage we Good question. So I like the poison lady here for a couple of reasons. One is that it deals damage that's similar to another warlord called Adam. I guess the very first warlord. So it deals damage that can get through certain units. It goes through. It goes through any units that have block. It also does this lingering damage, which allows me to, if I have to stall for a couple turns, it'll be able to deal even more damage. I also like the second ability here, which allows us to kill all wounded enemies. And then the third is it has some ranged spawns that allow us to attack and also defend our lines. Use the Gleedy because it allows us to gain health whenever a melee ally kills any one of their units. And most of the times, these battles tend to be pretty long. There are other pets that are out there too, but I find that this one is the most useful in terms of just keeping the board alive and also giving us more chances to draw into better items. Oh, sorry. We summoned this previous unit here because of the defensive stats. It also has immunity, so it allows it to not be affected by other abilities. Here. I like Bleedy more for these other game modes. Like I said, some battles will go really long, and so that is what we want to. We have that kind of buffer in terms of giving us life points. Sometimes we just draw bad, and sometimes we also start bad. Whether it's we start bad with a bad hand, or the opponent starts first, and then we have to find a way to recover. So using Gleedy allows us to actually recover, as opposed to some of the other pets. Both the other pets, they deal more damage, but if you don't have a good board setup, then there's no way that it's not going to matter. What I'm saying. So we summoned this previous unit here in order to actually deal damage. Provided they didn't have any unit that could block us, we could go for game. But given that they did, it still has decent defense stats, and so we're trying to just get a balance of what could possibly happen. Some math here. Okay, okay. 574, 29, 9, that is 23 here. And all set. All right, on to number 3. Okay, we summoned this unit here because of their abilities. For me, it was creating the extra spawns in order to create board tempo. And also, I decided to summon it over here versus over here, or over here, in order to create an extra layer of protection. In this case, it didn't matter because this particular unit has this ability here, in which it can deal damage through the entire line. So it was actually able to hit both of us here. Okay. We summoned this particular unit because of its abilities here. The key thing for me was making sure that it only had one bit of attack so that it would slow us down for a little bit. What else here I think concerned about? We summon this unit just to get an extra point of damage against here. We'd have to break through the mental shield first in order to actually deal damage. And it has decent stats as well. Thank you. I'm thinking about right now this turn. This is kind of weird just because of how the mental shield is coming off. I'm debating between these two units here. This will do it. Yeah, it was kind of an awkward board position. So the key thing for me is making sure that they trigger their silence so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. Units that want and damage. Okay. We summon this unit here for the abilities. The key thing here was making sure that whenever any units on their side come up, they take a little bit of damage. Well, as you can see, we didn't block any of the lanes, which obviously is not good. But at the same time, we are looking to at least clear their board, and so we were summoning this to make sure that we can cover for any other particular units. Have their entire board is now wounded, so put it in there. Now, we have to make sure that we can hold on to this board. here. Making sure that we got good choices. Okay. Thank you. We summoned that unit there because of their abilities. It gives evasion to a random unit, of course. And also, well, it would have given mental shield, and it did. But this unit here, with their abilities, allowed them to deal that extra point of damage. Okay. That here, 148. So I got to deal 7 points of damage. We summoned that particular unit just so that we can guard the line. Had to give enough damage to that particular unit because it would create a large problem. The defensive stats. Okay. Here. So a little far away in terms of we're going to create a board, summon this unit. Its abilities has good defensive stats, also deals poison damage whenever one of their units attacks. Hopefully they won't be able to load their line as well. Right. Okay. We summoned this unit in order to deal the damage to get rid of that particular unit. Also gain a little bit of health with our greedy. Okay, we're going to be taking a lot of damage. Hopefully we can then pierce through for the game. And to kill this particular unit. It will create spawners that will cause problems down the line. So let me see here. 10. No, we're still a little far away in terms of. We summoned that unit over the other unit because of the flying ability. I wanted to give this unit just a little more health because then it would create some problems down the line. And we summoned this unit here because of the abilities. Right there has very good defensive stats. Also deals damage whenever it dies to a random female character. Has an attack boost. Also using to protect this particular unit so that we can still deal the poison damage. Or if we have complete lethal, but close. There we go. Okay. And a little bit of background stuff here. Okay, this is going to be an interesting battle. This warlord here has a couple of abilities that makes it very aggravating to fight. So the first thing is it creates block runes. It creates these 2 units here that are ranged that have splash, and then it also makes all of our units except our melee units have health of 1. Also has this pet here, which basically gives a whole bunch of attack boosts. Right. Right. We summoned that previous unit in order to just get rid of their unit. Had a lot of attack. Also creates this totem here when it dies. It deals damage to the warlord. Summon that unit because that we wanted to give this unit miss for the turn. Right now it's about fighting back for the board. All their units seem to be pretty big, so we are going to balance out the board. This particular unit is going to be a problem. It gives double attack, a random unit of theirs. We need 3 that. And we summon this unit because whenever we are attacked, except a rotter itself, it will create another rotter in one of these lanes here. Also, whenever one of those dies, it gains attack. Also has very good defensive stats for the time being. Okay, obviously that's good. So summon that particular unit because of its abilities here. We need to deal some damage to their units. Didn't want to summon the other unit, the Deadlord, because this unit here is going to make us take damage whenever one of our units dies. Okay. Looks like we're probably going to lose. That's okay. They started first, and we couldn't really build up a board. So that's, I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah. Okay, once again, they get to start again. And their units. Okay. 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 And doing some background stuff. We summoned this unit because of a couple of reasons. The first here is it has some decent stats. Second is it has the mental shield. Third is because it has immunity, so it's unaffected by any of those status changes. And then it also gives health to our units whenever their units. We also summoned it on that particular position because these freeze runes here, whenever a unit is summoned on them, they're unable to attack for one turn. But with the immunity ability, they're able to avoid that. Probably good enough. We summon this previous unit. Oops. Summon this particular unit in order to have damage dealt to their units whenever they're summoned. So we went for a little kill. Now we have to take back the board. It's unfortunate that this range unit has such weak defense. So I have to balance this out. Especially knowing since their units here are going to have splash. So because of that, we are going to switch our ability, or switch what we're doing, and actually stall for it. And just to get rid of these. As you can see, those runes are actually causing a big problem now because we're unable to load up the line. But we summoned that unit in order to act a little bit of blockage. Here. Summon that unit in order to gain health using the greedy ability. Took a little bit of damage, but it is okay. We summoned this unit here in order to deal more damage to their units. Again, we want to make sure that we can gain health because of the board position that we have here. Double checking here. Both these units are pretty much going to do the exact same matter. Seeing if there are any additional boosts that we get to. And now, again, as I mentioned, this is why I like this particular pet so much, because of the health gain. And okay, we're good. Let's summon the switches here in order to load up for this particular unit. Their abilities. It's a large amount of attack because of each chaos unit that we have on the field, and then just attack 2 there. Okay, 2 stars, 6 more stars to go. Okay, we summon this unit here because of abilities. Right here, whenever it attacks, it creates a shard here, and this particular shard, it will give this unit mental shield. But of course, they have a counter, which is unfortunate. Summoning this unit, not so much for its abilities, but just putting the raw stats out here. Raw stats are needed in order to counter this warlord in terms of their abilities. The big one being the silence here. But once we can trigger the silence, we should be pretty good. Okay. Okay. Our own ability. Airboard. What else we should be concerned about? Be pretty close. Wow. Pretty close. Okay, we summon this unit because of the abilities. We wanted to trigger life gain. This unit itself can sustain because every time it attacks, it deals itself block. Would have gotten more block for our warlord, but this particular unit here summoned another unit, and when that particular unit dies, silences the enemy who killed it. This ability actually triggered off, killing this unit. Again, we did talk about raw stats, so as silenced, it's still pretty good with very good defense. We summoned this unit here because it had an attack boost coming from its abilities. Have 1, 2 nature units. Yep, so nature 2. Now we just gotta make sure I the board. We summoned this unit because it was a ranged unit. It also deals these death runes that prevent them from playing units on them. Whenever they're summoned on them, they die. And you didn't want to also summon it in this line because then it would just get killed right here. Go a little longer for these battles. Summon this unit here because it has good defensive stats, and right now we're just gonna play the waiting game in terms of getting rid of their units. I have to get rid of this unit first because it is creating poison harassment. Here, debating what my next play is right now. Okay, it was unfortunate it came on that way. We summoned this unit because we wanted to give enough attack so that we could actually kill both of these. Unfortunately, we're unable to. That is, ugh, gross. Now we're left with a very awkward board situation. Okay, we summoned that unit in order to actually kill this particular unit. The unit there itself, it had immunity, and so it was going to cause a lot of problems. One, summon this unit because it deals damage to all of their units at the end of turn. This line is also blocked with the Death Runes, so we don't have to worry about loading here. If we're going to load this line, it's going to be for offense rather than 3, 1. Okay, we summon this unit here because whenever it attacks, it gives and it summons another plant, and then there's a 50% chance that it would be defended, and then afterwards we can kill. And same thing, home unit. We summoned this unit here because of their abilities. The key thing was whenever an order unit is summoned, and this also includes herself, it freezes one of their units, and then at the end of turn, this unit will change a random freeze unit to 1 attack, which is good for us. And this issue here in terms of their abilities, very much controlling the board. we're looking to gain advantage using our building here. We had a play in terms of summoning the order unit, the one that gave freeze to a random enemy line. The only issue is that I don't think that we can take the risk in terms of taking damage. We have a very good board setup, so I want to make sure that we have board setup still going, and so that's why I use this unit and the flight prevent it from attacking. We summon this unit here in order to silence their unit. Their unit, whenever it attacked, it would, if it attacks our warlord, it gains an attack boost. Okay. As mentioned before, their unit is giving us poison harassment. We aren't also drawing any order units in order to combo off. But again, as long as we're controlling the board, the life points still matter so much. Hmm. Do that. Okay, I did that backwards. I summoned that unit in order to combo off with the unit here in order to bring this down to 1 health. The only issue there was that I did the summoning in the wrong order, so because of that, all of their units are 5 here. Okay. Okay, we summon that unit for their abilities here. It prevents some of their units from attacking in terms of whenever they summon a unit, their attack is stolen. Oof. It gives us a little bit of buffer, good defense stats. Okay, we finally got rid of that particular unit. That unit was creating mental shield whenever one of our allies dies. So that's why we're unable to hold the board. Okay. We summoned this unit not so much because of its abilities, we summoned it in order to deal enough damage to our building here off. Pretty close game here. I think we might have made 1 or 2 misplays, but we're here now, so we'll try and our building's gone. We summon this unit because whenever they, whenever we deal damage to them, we get to freeze one of their random units. Pretty close here. Ooh. Have a game here. Two, three. Okay, there's at least 10 here, so I think we're good. Button. Okay. So the reason why we skip turn is because of that particular unit. Whenever we summon a unit while that unit is on board, it gives one of our units randomly miss. So that's why we skip the attack. That other previous unit, the one that died when the building died, gives an extra attack to all of our range units, so we're able to combo through. And yeah, we dealt enough damage there. On to battle number 6. Here, probably going to die right off. That unit is very, very powerful. Some of this unit here gives us a little bit of a health buffer with Greedy in terms of attacking and killing that building. Whenever this unit dies, it deals damage to a random enemy, so maybe we'll be able to stack on. Okay, that's good. I was debating between two plays. It was either summon the ranged unit behind any one of these units in order to start creating some board tempo, or set up for a multi-turn kill. I went for the multi-turn kill. This 42 damage is something, but it's not worrisome. Again, this unit also not too much of a problem. We do need to kill some units. So here has enough attack in order to kill that previous unit. It also has evasion. And it triggered the silence, which is great. We summon this unit over the other units for this particular reason. Whenever this unit is attacked, it freezes all of their ranged allies to unable to attack for one turn. Good. This particular unit here removes negative effects. So in this case, it is now unfrozen. But again, it is good for us in terms of immune. Also can deal other damage, take multiple hits of damage. And this unit is now weak enough where it will freeze multiple range. So we're actually gonna of the units aren't. We will trigger so that we can start creating a board. I'm in this here because of the defense, because of the abilities, getting the health. So this is where this particular unit came in play in order to deal damage to these stones. So the next unit that's up is coming out. This is now good enough in order to start the board. We actually had a couple decent choices for that particular set. We chose here because it was a ranged unit. It also gives double attack to 2 of our random units in its turn. 2 melee allies, with this one here. And it also creates a little bit of damage whenever it dies. And if we can actually stack here. And there we go. Okay, as you just saw, we opened up an epic chest. Did give 25 sparks, so I guess it's really still just 25 sparks regardless of rarity. And on. Here, a lot of defense, lots of damage. Fact, have to all the board. Not great. We can find some sort of answer. Also, doesn't help that their HP was way higher than ours, so we are in a life point deficit. And since they got to go first, we're at a tempo deficit. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah. Typically I actually like seeing Flarencus in my lineup. He's actually one of the weaker ones that I deal with. And sometimes he doesn't even use the Ogre Warlord. Because of that, it's a little bit of an advantage on my side. But as of right now, we are in big trouble. We summon this unit in order to give this unit miss for the turn. Whenever this unit attacks, it gives Reborn to one of our allies. But of course, they have a counter. Not fun. I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to wipe them. Okay. Looking for them to trigger silence, which is good. Exactly what we wanted. Wow, we actually have a huge board play. That's crazy. Okay. Gonna summon, make sure. Okay, so we summoned this unit because of their abilities. We gave all their range units, sets their health to 5. 2 of their units were already affected by poison, which is great. And so because of that, we were able to then give our unit Pierce. This unit gives Pierce to all of our units whenever they attack. We continue the board a bit more. We had the choice to summon the other unit, the one that had Reborn, but I want to deal as much damage as I can here. Also, we're summoning this so that even if it gets silenced, the HP issue will not be there. I really want to keep this unit alive. I turn. We summoned this unit because of its abilities. It was dealing the damage to all of these buildings here. And then because of this unit, it allowed for it to deal Pierce. Okay, going for board clear. Or not perfect. Oh, forgot about that. Okay, I made a misplay here. I was supposed to not summon any more chaos units so that this unit could get reborn with this ability. But now, fuck. We summon this unit here in order to deal damage. Their flying unit, also it would create an extra spawn here. And it also gives an attack boost to all our chaos units. This particular unit gives some problems. So it is invulnerable for 1 turn, meaning that it cannot be dealt damage. It starts to steal attack from us. We do have a little bit of a buffer because this unit itself starts to give attack to us for every chaos unit at the end. But again, we still need to get rid of this unit. Preserve the board here. We summon this unit because of its immunity, and then also whenever one of our units appears, it gives plus health to it. One plus the health boost. Oh, okay. Now we are back on track. We summoned this unit over the other unit just because of the stats. Okay. Oh, these attack runes. Sorry, these death runes here prevented us summoning, able to on this unit in order to block. Some normal stats. Pretty sure we didn't have enough for lethal there. As long as they don't summon a 194, 93 attack, here we should be all set. Also forgot that this unit was given a health boost. Math 146 to 13. Okay, yeah. I'm sure that this building doesn't. We'll even summon this just to freeze up their units. And there we go. Lepus, hey, I beat Flaricus. Did you see that? All right. Oh, going. Thank you. Look at this. 2260. Oh man. One of the times I get to go first, and it's almost never gonna matter. We just summoned this unit because of the raw stats. We're probably gonna get run over anyways, but you never know. I mean, I was surprised we even won that previous one. Oh boy. All right. This unit here has a couple abilities there. Problem. We have to use abilities so early. We used our abilities early just to get the board tempo back. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to kill their stones at the end, but again, creating the board is what's going to be most. We summon this unit here because of its abilities. It has good defense stats, and then also whenever a unit of theirs dies that isn't chaos, we create a spawn. Point doesn't matter because stats. I think I'm actually just going to forfeit this one just because of how big. Look, they have level 26 max cards. You know, we're gonna keep going, even though we don't like it. I just want to show you how in these game modes, huge discrepancies in terms of matchups sometimes. No. Maybe. Okay, well, we are toast. Move on to the next battle. Yeah, so I'm not sure how matchmaking works for Dark Tower, but yeah, sometimes you'll just see these huge guys that you can't really get rid of. And this one seems a little more. We summon this unit here because of the defense stats. Also, it creates this extra spawn here that gives us a little bit of an attack boost. And then whenever any unit dies, they're going to take a little bit of damage. So, and just creating early board here. We summon this unit in order to give a random enemy miss. In this case, it is this unit here. This unit also has another ability. It deals damage to nature enemies whenever it attacks. Ugh, of course. Here it goes. We summon this unit just because of the damage. Also, whenever one of our units dies, it gives mental shield to another random ally. We're gonna set up for a board wipe. Okay, that's good. We've got rid of that. One for the board wipe. Word. Summon that unit because it allows a little bit of poison damage on them. Hopefully we can a little bit more damage. But we do need to get rid of this unit here because it's going to start freezing our units. It's also going to make this one. Not good for us. We summon this unit here in order to block for. We need this unit to be defended. We need to make sure that we can get rid of these units here. This ability allows for poison to be dealt to 2 random enemies. And then they also take damage whenever bad poison gets triggered off. Awful. Have to use these as blockers rather than attackers. And here. Putting some walls out there. Okay. We are halfway there. See how much poison damage that can take. Whew. Okay, we have two very decent options. It's going to help us more life points or look that are behind. We're going to go here. We did that so that we could get some life points back, create a buffer. We're going to be taking a little bit of damage because of this particular unit. Hopefully it won't be so much of an issue. Where you can see the poison damage. But poisoned. Oh, this unit's not even poisoned. That's terrible. We are summoning this unit here in order to freeze two random units of our other units reborn. And right now it's just a big board battle. We're fighting for board. Freeze units. Ugh. Not create any tempo at all. We summoned this building in order to actually stall here. Our plan now is actually to try and win and deal damage to them using their ability. See, I got to keep checking as to see who is poisoned on the board. Game's kind of lagging a little bit. Sprites, actions. Still not poisoned. All right, nothing is poisoned. We summon this unit here because of the defensive stats. It also creates these other units that are they deal damage when they die, and then we right now, like we said, we're going for a big stall. Hopefully, we can board pressured. And this unit is actually poisoned now, so we might be able to kill it. But unfortunately, they do find some answer. But we have reborn. A very odd board position. Their units are going to die. I summon this particular unit, but then also some of my units are going to die too. You don't want that to happen. Or I want to this unit. To have some sort of answer. Summon this and this. summon. I'm gonna check to see which units of these poisoned in the turn. Oh, I forgot. This unit has one other ability too. Whenever one of our units dies, it creates a damage rune here. Okay. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Good. Yeah, we skipped the turn because every time we attacked, we would take damage. So we want to take as little damage as possible, and then always just checking for lethal there. That was a pretty scary battle because we weren't creating enough tempo. That unit, whenever it attacks, creates a unit that creates the freeze runes. So we could have won a lot quicker if we were able to attack more, but sometimes, yeah, what you get. This unit is a problem. It creates these two units here. Whenever they're attacked, they deal damage equal to the unit that attacked it. And then also, when they die, remove all negative effects. So it means that we can't really use this poison or get rid of them. We need to deal enough damage right off the bat. Buildings. Probably going to lose this one just because I have to go first. But we'll do what we can. A little bit of health back. Good. Not great. Right now, we're just going to summon for raw stats because every one of these lines are being blocked by damage when you get killed. I would consider summoning this unit. The only issue is that it is too weak relative to the rest of the unit here. Probably going to have to go for a board wipe this turn because we can't take much more of the blocked. Okay. The wipe. Silence, so no more of my units are poisoned. Or their units aren't poisoned anymore. And again, we're just fighting for board. Okay, we summon this unit for a couple of reasons. One is because of the defensive stats. The second is that whenever it attacks, it deals poison damage to all their units except nature units, so we can leave a little bit of lingering damage. And then also, it creates a spawn. Those spawns themselves will start to walk lines. You're familiar with building. This building will deal damage to all of our units. Also give initial boost. Yeah, let's see. Okay, this is where that lingering damage comes in. This unit, because of its flight, also has block. most likely we are going to lose this battle just because of the tempo that. Now we summon this unit because of its ability. It transforms into a building that gives other buildings of ours or other units mental shield whenever they attack. Also, whenever this unit attacks, it deals damage to Chaos unit. But as of right now, it's going to be this unit that we can't get rid of. That's going to probably kill us. I would use the summon in order to actually deal more damage over to these Chaos units, but the issue is that they're going to be taking random damage, and I really don't want this unit to die. Oh, I have no choice now. We are going to be toast. Okay, well, that was that. Okay, so as you can see, the bosses get significantly harder as you go up the lines. We are about halfway done. Good. So yeah, we'll wait for some more attempts. Probably going to continue running tomorrow, and hopefully we can actually get enough sparks to finish up the event. Yeah, so this is Happy Splasher signing off. If you want to see any of the previous videos, go to the YouTube link that is in the About section of this Twitch channel. All right, well, see you guys later.